Alright, let's get into it. My name is Kris McCullough, and for those of you who don't know me, I've worn a couple of different hats in my day. For a long time that hat was a helmet serving this great country as a combat marine. These days I've traded my rifle for a calculator and a very large stack of paperwork. I'm a loan officer, and my new mission is helping folks just like you navigate the often confusing, sometimes intimidating world of home loans. It's a different kind of battlefield, but the objective is the same. Get you to a place you can call home. You can find me sharing tips, tricks, and probably a few bad jokes on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or you can just cut to the chase and visit me at krismccullough.com. Think of me as your guide through the mortgage muck. It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. And frankly, I enjoy it. I like taking something that seems complicated and breaking it down until it makes perfect sense. Buying a house is one of the biggest, most rewarding things you'll ever do, but the process can feel like you're trying to assemble a fighter jet with instructions written in a foreign language. My job is to translate, to make sure you know exactly what you're signing, why you're signing it, and where every single one of your hard-earned dollars is going. I get it. You see a stack of paper that's an inch thick and your eyes glaze over. It's a natural human reaction, like wanting to take a nap after a big Thanksgiving dinner. Most of it looks like legal boilerplate designed by lawyers who get paid by the word. You're tempted to just sign where it says, sign here and trust that everything's on the up and up. But let me tell you, that's a rookie mistake. These mortgage disclosures aren't just suggestions or light reading material for a rainy day. They are legally binding documents that outline the single biggest financial commitment most people will ever make. They matter a lot. Think of it this way, you wouldn't buy a car without looking under the hood, right? You'd want to know the mileage, whether that weird rattling noise is a big deal or just a loose piece of plastic. These disclosures are your chance to look under the hood of your mortgage. They are the government's way of forcing lenders to be transparent. They put all the important numbers, your interest rate, your monthly payment, your closing costs, in a standardized format so you can see everything clearly. It's about protecting you, the consumer, from getting into a loan that you don't understand or worse, can't afford. Before these standardized forms existed, it was the Wild West. Lenders could present information in all sorts of confusing ways. One lender's estimate might look completely different from another's, making it nearly impossible to compare apples to apples. You might get quoted one rate, only to show up at closing and find a bunch of surprise fees that mysteriously appeared. The loan estimate and closing disclosure were created to stop that nonsense. They force every lender to play by the same rules and present the costs in the exact same way, so you can easily spot the best deal and hold your lender accountable. Ignoring these documents is like navigating a minefield with a blindfold on. You might make it through unscathed, but the odds are not in your favor. Taking the time to read and understand them is your best defense. It's how you verify that the loan you were promised is the loan you're actually getting. It's your opportunity to catch errors, question fees, and make sure there are no last-minute surprises. This isn't just paperwork, it's your financial armor. So, what in the world is a loan estimate, or LE as we call it in the biz? In the simplest terms, it's a quote. It's the lender's best guess. And it has to be a very, very good guess of what your loan is going to look like. After you apply for a mortgage and provide your basic financial information, the lender is required by law to send you this 3-page document within 3 business days. It's not the final set-in-stone contract, but it's the critical first look at the terms of the deal. It's your financial battle plan, laying out the battlefield before the first shot is even fired. Think of it like getting a detailed estimate from a mechanic before they start working on your truck. The estimate would break down the cost of the parts. The estimate would break down the hourly rate for labor. The estimate would break down any shop fees. The loan estimate does the same thing for your mortgage. It breaks down your estimated interest rate. It shows your projected monthly payment. That payment includes principal. That payment includes interest. That payment includes taxes. That payment includes insurance. It lists a detailed list of all the potential closing costs. It's designed to answer the most important question on every home buyer's mind. How much is this really going to cost me? This document is your primary tool for shopping around. Every lender uses the exact same LE form, so you can lay lender A next to lender B for an apples-to-apples comparison. Fast forward a few weeks. You've navigated the inspection, the appraisal came back solid, and you're in the home stretch. Now, a new document appears. It's called the Closing Disclosure, or CD. If the loan estimate was the battle plan, the closing disclosure is the final mission briefing. By law, you must receive this document at least 3 business days before your scheduled closing date. This isn't a suggestion, it's a mandatory cooling off period. The government wants you to have time to review everything without a pen in your hand and a notary staring at you. The CD looks suspiciously similar to the loan estimate. It's a 5-page document that finalizes all the figures from your LE. This is it. These are the real final numbers. Interest rate, loan amount, monthly payment, closing costs, cash you need to bring to closing. It's all laid out in black and white. This document is the culmination of the entire process. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of comparing your loan estimate to your closing disclosure. This is where your attention to detail really pays off. The good news, the government made the forms look almost identical to make comparison easy. Start with the big stuff on page 1. Is the loan amount the same? Is the interest rate exactly what you locked in? Is the monthly principal and interest payment identical? These numbers should not change. If they have, that's a red flag the size of Texas. The only reason your total payment might change is if the estimates for property taxes or homeowners insurance were updated. Next, flip to the pages that detail the closing costs. The fees are broken into categories. Some fees have a zero tolerance rule. That means the costs on your CD cannot be a single penny higher than on your LE. These are typically lender-controlled fees. Underwriting fee, processing fee, points you paid. If a charge in this section increased, demand the lender cover the difference. It's the law. Then there's a group with a 10% cumulative tolerance. This includes services where you could shop around, but you used a provider from their recommended list. Think title insurance, settlement agent fees. The total of these can't increase by more than 10% on the sum. People sometimes ask me what being a combat Marine has to do with being a loan officer. On the surface, they seem like they're worlds apart. Camouflage, discipline, operating in high-stakes environments. The other side, discipline and high-stakes work, but with more paperwork and slightly less dirt. The truth, the skills I learned in the Marine Corps are the same skills I use every day to get clients to the closing table on time and sane. It all comes down to mission accomplishment, meticulous preparation, study the terrain, assess the risks, make a plan, make a backup plan, backup for the backup, anticipate what could go wrong. I treat every loan file the same way, spot the little details other lenders miss. Avoid the deal blowing up a week before closing. Proactive problem solving, not reactive damage control. Communication is core. In combat, clear, concise communication is life or death. In mortgages, it's the difference between smooth and chaotic. You've probably heard the horror stories. A buyer gets pre-approved, finds their dream home, gets everything packed in boxes, and then a week before closing, they get a call from their lender. Sorry, there's a problem. The loan is denied. It's devastating, and it happens more often than you'd think. It usually happens because the loan officer who did the pre-approval only did a surface-level check. They didn't dig deep. They missed something. That's where my team and I are different. We have a reputation for funding the loans that other lenders fear to touch. This isn't because we have some magic wand or a secret stash of money. It's because we do the hard work up front. We're the dirty jobs crew of the mortgage world. When we get a loan application, especially one that isn't a simple cookie-cutter scenario, we roll up our sleeves. We don't just glance at the pay stubs, we read every line. We don't just pull a credit score, we analyze the entire credit history. We take the time to understand the whole story. The self-employed business owner with fluctuating income, the buyer with a past credit hiccup. We structure the loan correctly from the very beginning, anticipating the underwriter's questions and providing the answers before they're even asked. So when we say we fund the loans others won't, it's a statement of our process and our commitment. We've covered a lot of ground today. We've waded through the muck of mortgage disclosures, dissected the loan estimate, put the closing disclosure under a microscope. My goal wasn't to turn you into a loan officer overnight. My goal was to strip away the jargon and the fear, to show you that this process is manageable. It's just a series of steps. By understanding these key documents, you've already given yourself a massive advantage. You're no longer just a passenger on this journey. You're a co-pilot, able to read the instruments and help navigate to a safe landing. The path to homeownership can feel long and winding. There will be moments of excitement and moments of anxiety. You'll fill out more paperwork than you thought humanly possible. But don't lose sight of the finish line. Every document you sign, every email you answer, every step you take is bringing you closer to that incredible moment when you're handed the keys. That moment when you walk through the front door not as a visitor, but as the owner. You can find me and my team on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or directly at krismccullough.com. We're here to help, to guide, and to take on the tough files that make others back down. Thank you for your time today. Now go out there and make that dream a reality. I'll be here to help you get it done.